Hello, my name is the Captain Hood, and welcome back to another episode of CFC. I am here on the craftingforchrist.net server, and yes, I am back. I know it's been a while. I guess, yeah, it's been quite a while since I've done a video. Part of that was I was on vacation, and then I got sick. So, not like a major, like the sick, but I've had a lot of joint pain. Some of you know I actually suffer from fibromyalgia, but this wasn't that. This was worse than that. I don't know if it's something else that caused it to get worse, or if it's an infection of some sort, or I'm getting more arthritis in different joints. But yeah, so it's been tough because my hands have hurt, my legs have hurt, and it's very difficult to make videos and to type when your hands and wrists are in pain. So I had to take a little bit of a break because I still had to go to my regular job. I do have a part-time job working at the church as a bookkeeper and office manager, and I have all my ministry work. I'm in charge of the worship ministry at our church, which includes directing the adult choir, and of course Easter just passed, so we had our Easter choir that I had to work with, and I work with our boys group on our Wednesday nights. So yeah, it's been quite a while. So yeah, I'll explain all this in a minute. So yeah, and this is probably the third time I've tried to record this video, but something always came up, and mostly because I've been in pain. But I have some tests. Doctor gave me some meds to bring the swelling and inflammation down. But it is starting to come back. But I want to get this done. It is bothering me that I have not finished my main base. I know I have a project that I started over in the Pirate Isles in the last episode. I'm not going to go back to that until I finish this. But for today, I am going to work on this. Now, all these crazy arcs and rings and things down here, this is going to be my manual wheat farm. Each one of these represents a different height along this wall. It's going to be kind of a tiered farm with my waterfalls, which will mirror the ones that are on the inside. I know they're out of render distance right now. If you remember the waterfalls, which I did start doing the outside of this wall. Like I said, I did start some videos, and I started working. So this would be where one waterfall would fall. It would fall down basically on top of that tier, and then to there, to the middle, and then there, and then down, and then finally down to the middle. And of course, this one would be doing the same exact thing over on this side of it. This falls down into this one, which ooh, ow. That was not what I meant to do. But that will fall down into this one, then here, then to the middle where it'll meet the other one, and here, and finally flow down into the center. And this side will do the exact same thing. Now I am going to just break a block there real quick. Wait for the water stream. And we're going to head on up. Alright. So, the plan is, I am going to... This shulker has sand in it. I lost that block of sand. It's probably out there somewhere. But anyway, the plan is I'm going to at least block out the interiors of these towers with sand. So like this one, these two, I will have big 3x3 columns coming up. This will be a 5x5 column coming up, right? Because it's a 7x7 tower. And of course, this one is a 5x5 tower. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to build those real quick, and yeah, that is the plan. All around. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and put these shulkers down with some of our materials in them. And I know I eventually have to get... Oh no, my inventory's a mess. I know that's going to drive people nuts. But we're just going to grab a whole bunch of sand. And we're going to go ahead and start. Yeah. So this is the center of this tower, so it's got to be 5x5. So I'm going to go all the way down. And we're going to come up. I know, there's a geode right there. I should really mine that out. I have a lot of geodes around my base. It's like amazing. Anyway, like I said, it's been an interesting couple of weeks trying to figure out what's wrong. But I am back. I am dying to make this video. I actually came, like I said, I came on last night and hung out with some friends while I was laying this out. I kind of freehanded this. That was not my first design. I had a couple of designs that I had in mind, and I didn't like the way they were coming out. So it took me a while. Oh, hello. Get out of here. Hello. There. It's like, come on. Alright. So this isn't going to take that long to do. Because once I get this lined out, then I can start filling in the different tiers of... I'll probably start with the lowest tier and work my way up. I'm probably not going to replace that wool that's lining it out. I'm just going to build right on top of it. It's not a big deal. And I will just build that up with stone to keep them separated so I know where all the different divisions are. And that's basically the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and finish building these towers, and then we will come back once I'm done that. And again, I'm not building the outside of the towers, just filling in the interiors. And I'm going to finish that while I fend off all these drowned. Okay, we are back. I finally got those towers. Basically, the interior of the tower is done. We'll do the exterior as we're working our way up. So I'm thinking each tier is going to at least be 2 blocks higher than the tier below it. So we will start here. I gotta basically replace all this. I know I have shears somewhere. I should probably do that, but it just seems easier for me to just break it in place. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to outline this entire bottom section. I can't pick those up. My inventory's full. I'll pick them up in a minute. So yes, this entire bottom section is going to be out of these, because that is the base layer for the pattern that I already have, which I do really like. And let's see here. But yes, so I do like this pattern that I have picked out, where I have the chiseled brick at the bottom, and then I have the stone brick followed by the stone. It's kind of checkerboard pattern. And then, of course, every so often when I have this single one, I have the walls, kind of like pillars. I like that feel to it. Is it just enough, like, kind of old feeling to it? I don't know how else to explain it. It just has the right feel for the base, for this base. So, at least that's why I picked out that palette. And I do like it, so we're going to keep that up on this one. We're just going to go ahead and replace all the bottom blocks. Actually, I probably could have left that one there. Just replace it with dirt. And again, that probably could be dirt, because nobody's going to see it. There. And we're just going to go ahead and lay these all out. I can always go grab more if I need them. But I'd like to at least know where all this is. This is kind of... And then we go here. And that ties it all in. Alright, so that's that level. Like I said, I'm just going to go very quickly. I'm going to pick up all these pieces of wool. My sheep are working on overtime. Growing their wool for me. But yeah, so like I said, I want to make each one of these tiers kind of maybe too high, And I'm probably going to have some sort of stairs here in the middle. So I'm just going to kind of leave this open and figure that out as I go along. Like how I'm going to build that, because it's going to be a path, and then eventually we'll link up to the path on the other side, and that little wheat field that I've been using will disappear. Alright, this is annoying me, so I'm actually going to grab my shears real quick. It's just taking too long. That's better. I should have done to begin with. Alright. We're going to leave that one in place. And we're going to go boom, 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 2. And it's getting dark again, which means I'm going to get mobs because I did not light this up very well over here. Go. Oh, hello. He said, I need to get over to my bed. Kill you first. Thank you. Really? There we go. Let's sleep. Do. Alright. Let me go and collect. Oh, yeah. And get rid of that. There we go. Alright. I think that's the only wool I need to remove. So I'm just going to ditch the wool in here and throw it in the chest. And then I'll send it into my inventory sorting system. Alright, so let's see. So I think I want to keep the... I'm going to have to start it from over here. Let's see, so that would be a fence. Boom. Boom. Nope. There. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. 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 Yep. Boom. And I need some of those. There we go. Eventually that sand gets replaced with some chiseled stone bricks. Say that correctly. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway. Boom, boom, and then boom, boom. And I'm just going to do this. Just because I need the outline. So I maintain that going up. did that wrong. There. 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 That'll be a brick. There, brick. There. Yes. Okay. Like I said, all of this is just going to be stone, just so I can keep it coming up and maintain where these different tiers are supposed to be. Like I said, I freehanded this multiple times. Let's see if I can get the pattern that I wanted. So this is what I came up with. I'm hoping it's going to come out looking cool, but we'll see what happens. You know, it's part of the process. Speaking of which, so I did finally, speaking of processing power, I put some extra memory in my computer here. I mean, I don't have a super high-end computer here, because, you know, it's not like I'm made of money. But anyway, I did purchase some additional RAM for my computer, so it actually is running a little bit better. I can actually use the shaders. So I've actually posted a few things in our Discord server using the shaders that I got. I actually posted a picture of it the other day, and I'm hoping to post some more once this is done. But yeah, I can actually handle shaders now, which is awesome, because I could not do that before. Yeah, tells you exactly how low-end my computer is, but it gets the job done. And I am old school in that if it ain't broke, I don't need to fix it. I don't need to replace it. It works just fine. Like I said, it gets the job done, and it's always been my philosophy. But yes, I actually did do that. I did that specifically because of another project we're working on over in the Pirate Isles, which I am not going to reveal too much about at this point, because, yeah, it's a little too early to reveal any details about that. But needless to say, I wanted to make sure I could do shaders for that. So, yeah. And that kind of goes along with, so we are going to be doing, kind of goes along with it, because with shaders I get to do some really cool things in cinematography-wise, because I am actually taking a course on filmmaking online right now, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm learning a lot about filmmaking and photography, cinematography, and I'm applying some of the stuff I'm learning to my YouTube videos. So hopefully, as we move along, my YouTube videos will get better and better. I'm going to leave that open there, because I'm going to have like steps going up into here. So there'll probably be even more than that. But anyway. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Eventually it's going to be, because all the water is going to spill down, there is going to be a kind of a pond or a lake type feature here. It's not going to be super deep, because my storage system is underneath there, so I can't go too deep. But the idea is that I will have this lake kind of area here. But anyway, so I'm taking an online film course, and I'm really enjoying learning about setting up shots, kind of framing the shots, learning about different types of camera settings, the aperture, and the ISO, and all that fun stuff. So I'm really liking it, and the frame rate to get different types of effects. So it's something I was always interested in even as a kid. I used to pretend I was making videos and films of my Star Wars figures when I was a kid. So it's always been something I've been interested in. Just never really had the time to pursue it. So, and as I mentioned before, I do have fibromyalgia. I work a regular full-time job. I get very tired very easily because I'm just... If you don't know what fibromyalgia is, it's basically widespread pain in all the soft tissue, which includes your joints, your muscles, your tendons. Everything just hurts. And it's kind of like when you have the flu and you just ache all over. Think about that, having that, but yeah, 24/7. To some degree or another. Sometimes, some days are better than others. Some days it doesn't hurt as much. But the pain is always kind of there. So, alright, I need lots more of this. So let's do that. And I need, oh, not that one, this one. I need a lot more of that. Because I'm outlining with that one. Alright. So I don't work a regular job, I only work part-time, and they are shortened hours, and even at that, sometimes it's just really hard. So, that being said, I don't want to go, you could go stir crazy just sitting around doing nothing for these hours for yourself. So, I try to keep occupied. Part of that's why part of the reason I make the YouTube videos, and also why I'm taking this film course, because again, why not? Kind of somewhat empty nesters at this point. I mean, my daughter does live with us, but she is an adult now. She has graduated college, and she kind of does her own thing. So me and my wife have kind of started to pursue other interests in our lives because we have a little more time on our hands. My wife is really big into gardening. She does a really amazing job with our plants. It's just incredible what she can plant and grow. I, for one, I have a black thumb in real life, unlike my wonderful automated farms over here that work great. Real farms don't work like that. So I'm not very good at growing things. My wife is great at it. She does a great job with that. And I love all the stuff that she does for that. Oof, I'm gonna need lots more dirt. Or something to fill this in. I probably have other filler I can use for this. If I had to. So I'll save the dirt for the actual tiers. The upper end of the tiers. And I think I don't have enough dirt. So that might modify some of my design choices. So what I'm gonna go do real quick is I'm gonna go grab this one, because that's for my sand. It has a few other things in it right now. But I'm gonna go grab some sand. This is our random. Yeah, like I said, so this is directly under where we were working. And yeah, so let me grab some sand out of here. Throw it in the shelter. Ooh, I have weird. Okay, this stuff is not supposed to be here. I'm just gonna go ditch this up top real quick. That was from killing the ground earlier. Okay. And the rest of this. Oh, I have space in here. Yes, I do. Boom, boom. Okay. Don't look at my junk drawers, okay? This stuff that just is not sorted yet. Okay. I'm gonna grab some sand that I can fill in with sand and the ones that I'm not doing. So I'm actually gonna redo that real quick. So yeah. That's where I've been at. I'm going to go ahead and finish collecting all this sand that I need. And then I'm going to go back up top. And we will meet you up there. And we'll do a little time lapse of me building these wheat farms. Wheat fields. Whatever we're going to call them. I don't know what we'll call it, but we will see you in a little bit. I am back up top, and yeah, I know I said I was going to do a time lapse, only there was a problem with the replay mod, specifically a user error. I may have deleted the footage by failing to recover the replay when I logged in. So yeah, I lost all the footage of me finishing the wall and finishing the wheat farm. But I did finish it, and here it is. This is the finished product, and I am super happy with the way it turned out. I even had a chance to finish the gears around the Guardian farms, and of course all the gears up top, and the gates, and I am almost out of copper because of it. I have very little copper left, but I had enough to finish it, and I was very happy. And of course we have this path. Like I said, we were going to a little pond here, and you have all this water streams coming down from different waterfalls coming down, and it all meets here in the middle, and it just comes down and flows down. And I did give it enough time for the wheat to actually grow in before I started this part of the video, so you can see the full effect of this. And it's just, I really love the way it turned out, and I am very happy with the way my base turned out. It is done officially. I am officially done with this mega base. Is it a mega base? I can never tell. I guess you would categorize it as that. I don't know. I just had a really great time. As you can see in the minimap, and I'm going to bring that up, this is what it looks like from above, and it is just amazing. And I don't think I'll ever do a hexagon again. Honestly, it was a little tough actually building this because of the angles of the walls, but I like the way it turned out. I thought the waterfalls were a nice touch to kind of soften the sides a little. I probably would have done maybe another couple of towers along here, but I think I can just say that it is done, and I am going to call it done. Yeah, because this is done, and I know I've got this thing in the middle of my base. This was a gift, and I'm just going to leave it there. It was a gift from Amy, from Amethyst Shard, and we're just going to leave it there. I know you may be like, oh my gosh, she's going to have creakings in his base. Unfortunately, because I really wanted to see a creaking pop up in my base. But because of one of the plugins we have here on the server, for claim protection, it does not allow, there's a glitch that does not allow the creakings to actually spawn inside of the claim. So, yeah. No creaking for me. But anyway, like I said, this pretty much marks my base as being finished, and that means that I can then focus on some of my other projects over in the Pirate Isles, and which is great because I have really wanted to get back over to that cave that we built, maybe do a little terraforming to it, and then actually build what's going in the cave. I'm very excited about that. It's a build that I worked on a while ago, and I have it in my creative world, and I am really excited to share that with you guys. So hopefully that will be our next episode, and I hope you've enjoyed this. But I'm going to say goodbye, but I'm going to leave you with one last thing. Like I said earlier in the video, yeah, I got shaders working. And this time I actually do have the replay, so I am going to go ahead and we're going to do a fly-through of my finished base and let you see the whole thing in all its beautiful, wondrous glory. Until next time, bye!